This is VSiN Tonight with Matt Humans and Wes Reynolds on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use code WINNER to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, we're going to have all the plays in the Circa Friday Football Invitational for you in the final hour tonight. So you get 140 plays in the final 60 minutes, and Brent Musburger is going to kick off that hour with us, and that replay is on at 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Eastern Time here on VSiN and everywhere you can watch VSiN, including YouTube TV. And Scott Pritchard, back by popular demand, the new contest leader, Las Vegas Pro Bettor, in studio with me tonight. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing great, but enough about me, Matt. How are you?
I believe the Twitter account you are using is Pritchard Wins. Is that correct?
Pritchard Wins, yes.
Pritchard Wins, and you also have several followers on TikTok.
TikTok, you like to mention TikTok, only because I don't have many followers on Twitter. But yeah, like 12,000, I guess. I just started up a few short months ago, and who knew young people like to bet?
Well, a week ago, I mentioned that Steve Fezzik said he was betting on Kenny White to win this contest, and you could call it wire to wire if you want to, but Kenny White was the first week leader, and Fezzik said he expected Kenny to win. You were offended by that statement. You wanted to bet Steve Fezzik. And you said, your comment to me was, hey, people might not know who I am now, but they're going to know a couple months from now.
Well, actually, that's not what I said, but I appreciate you stirring the pot. To set the record straight, I'm a big Steve Fezzik fan. This guy, I'd first of all like to pay homage to Steve and set the record straight. This is a guy who, in my mind, did something that will never be duplicated. This guy won the Superbook contest at the Westgate, not once but twice, back-to-back. That's right up there in my mind with Ripken Jr. as far as the consecutive game streak. But having said that, Friday night last week, tuning into this show as I do every Friday night because I don't have a life outside of handicapping sports and betting sports professionally, I heard you say that our friend Fezzik had said that his money, he was predicting that Fezzik would win wire to wire, and I just thought, and again, I'm only speaking for myself, knowing how strong the field is. Every single contestant in this contest, last year and this year, unfair advantage players, sharp bettors, to say that Kenny is going to lead from wire to wire, I thought it was disrespectful to the other contestants, me included. And having said that, I'm a huge Kenny White fan. That guy, Kenny White, has been an icon in Las Vegas for decades. Anyone can be hot short term, but long term, Kenny has done it consistently.
Yeah, I think Kenny's going to be on the show next week in week 4, but right now he's a half point back of you. Scott Pritchard 10-3-1, Kenny White at 10-4. You did say you wanted to bet Fezzik straight up.
Absolutely.
On that challenge. You were also offended when someone on Twitter put out odds on this contest and made you a 40-1 long shot.
Well, yeah, it was funny because, again, on a Friday night, a week before the contest actually started, I'm at home watching, and I saw the odds, and I said, wow, 16 contestants, I'm pegged. First of all, I didn't recognize, I've been doing this professionally for 30-plus years, and I didn't recognize the source that put out the odds, but I was 15th out of 16th at 40-1. I'm thinking, where can I get a piece of that from a leverage value standpoint? And now, 9 days later, I'm 625.
Wow.
I'm the second favorite.
That's a major adjustment.
I see that. I guess that's some respect ever some major disrespect. Both are over or an overreaction in my objective opinion. No one is going to know or care, me most of all, who the leader was in week 2. All of us competing only care who's going to get that green jacket.
All right, Scott Pritchard, Las Vegas Pro Bettor, and we'll have you in studio again this season, I'm sure, probably very soon. We'll have more time to talk about some other things, but let's get to your plays because I know a lot of people want to follow your plays this week. And Texas Tech, West Virginia, under 55 is the first one.
Yeah, when I look at this game, first of all, Texas Tech, they have a record of 1-2, but they're an eyelash away from being 3-0. I think they're better than their record would indicate. And as far as West Virginia goes, this team has less than a 13% explosive rate. whatever that means in English. I don't know, but I read it and I believe everything that I read. I think 55 points is a bit happy. I like the under.
All right, you've got two plays on this game, UAB plus 41.5 and UAB Georgia over 54.5.
Well, I tend to lean on dogs. Last week I had a couple of double-digit favorites that fortunately got there. But I'm back on my tendencies of dogs and totals. I'd simply think that Georgia, they have not covered the point spread yet after 3 games. And I think 41.5 is a bit happy, and I see the line has dipped a little bit to my advantage at now 39.5. And then also the total, I like the over, Red Rover. I think points in this game will be cheaper than your high school prom date's perfume. That's
a cheap shot. New Mexico, UMass under 50.5, and you like to play the college totals. And here you're playing the Lobos and the Minutemen under 50.5.
Well, you had mentioned the totals in the past. You called me the Undertaker in week 1 because I had 4 unders, so I took that personally. I'm getting the feeling I have thin skin, and that's really not me because you've mentioned that I've been offended. I'm really not.
You also said you have no life outside of handicapping and sports betting, but this is the second time now you brought your fiance in studio to video the whole thing.
Well, that's because, again, she has no life outside of hanging with me. I take care of her. She takes care of me. But so week 1, 4 unders. Last week I came back with 4 overs, Red Rover. And so that was fun. But back to the UMass game, 50.5, I'm playing under. Turnovers oftentimes will inflate a line and or a total. Last week, UMass 19-17 the score, but they had 4 turnovers, 3 INTs, and a fumble, and they lead to cheap points. So in this contest, I think the value's in under 50.5.
All right, how about Louisiana Lafayette minus 10? What do you like about this play?
Again, don't want to make a habit long-term, consistently making a living betting sports, laying double digits, but I think there's some value here. 9's a dead number. I don't see them winning by 8 points or less. I see the line is inched upward of up to 11 regarding this contest. But the thing with UL Lafayette that I really like is the fact that they can control the game, control the clock because they can run. If you can't run, you can't win. This team for the year has 680 rushing yards compared to only 306 for the opposition in Buffalo. So more than twice as many rushing yards. So I think 10 is a bargain.
Okay, that's number 406 on the rotation if you like the Louisiana Lafayette play. This is the most popular play in the contest, Scott. And early this week I played Middle Tennessee minus 2. And the contest today, it's 3. The line has gone up to 4 at this point. Good bet against spot for Colorado State. Middle Tennessee minus 3.
Well, I want to address this because this contest, I'm telling you, you've got 16 of the world's best, and you give us a 3-hour window, okay? It's not like the lines are posted Wednesday and we can massage the system a little bit, and Saturday night at midnight we get to post our plays. We have a 3-hour window, so most of us are forced to bet square numbers, and being an advantage player, I like to get a half point and half, the best of it consistently long term. But in this game, I really like Middle Tennessee State. I love the fact that you laid the 2. It's a bargain for sure. But Middle Tennessee State at home minus 3, I see value. You're telling me now it's up to 4, which is interesting. Colorado State, this team emotionally drained, emotionally left it all out on the field, high altitude, thin air against Deion Sanders and Colorado a week ago. The problem here is Colorado State in that game, I'm still annoyed, put off. Yeah, they covered the 23.5 points. Congrats, but they should have won the game. They're facing 4th and 2 late.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you put...
Don't punt.
Don't. And they caught a break that it was down inside the 2, but they still scored with like 36 seconds to go.
Here's the thing. If you pick up that first down, the game's over.
Exactly right.
You got to control your own destiny right there. I agree with you. Go for it there, and also go for 2 at the end of the first overtime.
Absolutely right.
When
because
you're a
again,
24-point dog on the road?
Yeah, of course. Slam dunk, easy decision. Yeah. And it's certainly easy for us to say, but as professional sports bettors, handicappers, we see a lot of things that a lot of people don't.
Best bet for Scott Pritchard. Your third college total of the contest this week, Ohio Bowling Green over 44.
Yeah, this game actually opened high, 46.5, 46 was bet down to 44. I saw value there. I'm a firm believer you want to be on the move early or against it late. Bro, grab the dough, play the over, Red Rover. It's cheap.
One of your favorite sayings. There you go. You can see Scott Pritchard's plays up there on the screen. He's 10-3-1, 10.5 points, 1-1 on your best bets. Scott, an oddity in this contest so far, the 16 handicappers, only one has a 2-0 best bet record.
How about that?
Yeah.
Again, that lends itself to the challenge of this contest, the fact that you only have a 3-hour window. You cannot massage the system at all. But hey, it's great. The good news is all 16 of us sharps have to play by the same parameters. I don't know who put this field together last year, this year, but they deserve a medal because these are the best of the best, man.
Well, we tried to put together the best field possible. And we had a good field last year, too. You're right. Follow him on Twitter, @PritchardWins. Follow him on TikTok, Las Vegas Pro Bettor. Scott Pritchard, the leader in the contest. Frank Betty and Mattress Mac up next. Stay tuned.